Yes, so like the plane was mirrored system right now for that. Like that against right now, you need to be leading up to like the point where like that was just thing. That the words of like run up is leading up through and like right now is leading up through to be strong and that's it to develop all of that. So it is like now that I'm looking and the film was suffering literally the situation ending up with like simultaneous situation where like right now family eventually ended up or defeated Kevin and as like now we had from the same day that that point said like the Giants fight like most of us can would have found like corner Mike and like the entire Giants it's like what's another there was so like at that time like clearly has that but now would be able to bring down 11 and like fight most of would be able to bring down like Mike and then the other guy. At the very last second is when I'm looking for like the like entering from like funk like was not extended and so at that point for like often most likely using some sort of like a device and basically being that as the sacrifice and basically resulting in that being able to damage to like huge side of like most of like this now and at that point of the due to like the high mind connection like a perfect aspect of now they were covering down 11 indicated 11 at that very last second like due to offer like that way through the spider like now as well taking that up with damage. And at that point is when I'm recording that elements to lack take advantage, 11 not realizing about lack, the sacrifice of yeah, like 11 take advantage of that first like situation of lack so that's going right now that point of that's the scenario that I'm going to like that way once next 11 would be right now right now because then basically lack the fire also as well which is due to the high mind connection we will not down it's like the scenario definitely I was playing that at that point like my ten was spent definitely I was playing that they shocked by Hawkins like but like I'm spending once like the Giants spent like most of the day like focus like the one of them that will be directed like at that point of the spend like my ten was as well even if they have good something and with all the weapons they have and like that proposal to lab against like spread like more shots to like they can probably the situation to like kind of different right the ground so it's like it's not experiment and definitely that is how some point from like just to be able to like bring down and defeat that weapon and like just fighting like the scenario that I'm talking about. And that way also when there was a little thing not one pop up thing in making it to like the visa patients like climbing the tower video now but like a system to protect for that Dr.Kay and 15 and really making it to like climbing like the radio tower and then made into like the visa patient. At that point, I'm going to find that Dr.Kay and some folks that will find identity lecturing down like this kind of like to reflect the scenario that is what is written. I'm going to end the second one of the scenario that and her team will be showing up to like this location at that point saying that exactly being on spot where like the then for like nothing will be like that one by point to put the right in front of the strike so that that way of getting the same back in strike mechanism. I think that battle after the point that of the K as well as in that case being drawn down by that the strike mechanism although it is not even being a and that was even for example different possibility of when the upper lag not okay and up in that case would be a continuous getting more down by like despite like most of that under the space for like proper finding getting was like time production and that like so that this sacrifice that of like only doing a lot of damage to like despite like overall and is like and being that actual game changer like definitely not clear understand right now, definitely for like definitely not being able to like like the ten and like not the form the way to like the ten and like there is not like even before that I'm looking for like and like then people get second six like doing like the ten but like the same second and like then creating a perfect and forming like it's not something at that point, the big for like while Lucas and Mike and then that team would be running towards like without realizing some programming and then would be focusing on like some quickly making it towards like the clips like it's not kind of so they're running towards like the cannons like but like at that point when I'm looking for like something within will simply doesn't feel might head off to next week at that point like that's why they were running for they form like a giant mind player like giant player like so like something within will wouldn't be strongly feeling like the top when it's then rather than as a because like at that point I'm looking for like one of the like remembering lives some full slack interactions with Black Box. Like the things Bob had told the like when about like facing with fear from like the past, like if you will remember that, like when you was like honored by like the 20 like people. So definitely will remember that, and at that point, so that will also, I mean, like turning around, selective now that will at that point like deciding to like exactly like how to like will decide to like face the fears and face the fight like not mind there like it's not then with the people like will turning around and Joyce at that point being shocked that like what will this doing at this thing at that point like will you know like running back it's like this narrative towards like language like this narrative. So like I'm the friends that this narrative we have like the giant mind plan will be if I will bring down that Nancy Lola for and basically would be unable to get at that point like so like at that point that's like giant spider like most of the game about to bring down Nancy at that will last second level like will control like giant spider like when we have like the narrative that and all the thing. With that and good points like courage left will starting like the giant spider like one felt like was going like it's not that different. So like at that point I'm looking for like the situation going from Mike and then from one having lag estimated Sam so from that to that getting inspired by things left behind and like so and the something which like this now is that about thing. So that will and I'm looking maybe like scenario like with at that point by controlling like the time my level then absolute courage and bodies like will maybe shouting out to like my handle only behind stability that it's like time for us to like finish this work on that or like it's like no more running together on the next like maybe we can to like shout out to behind towards like my candidates like the scenario that way with forward and courage like only Mike and then can be inspired by that and like them all running back to it like and them all just like to like feel like the sound and figure of like can find right but that was not and like yeah that way like my guess and that can and then you know like using all the weapons in the option against like the against like that but like monster while will single-handedly will be consistently ensure that none like the giant fight like monster like move like land or like anyone on like it's not terrible so like definitely through such a man of like Ember like will give him like pushing this all of this like sense going beyond all of the limits and like definitely definitely that way that absolute effort that will eventually ending up going single-handedly ending up bringing about like the giant mind lab mainly soon the main problem that will like the giant find like one of while along with Phil like definitely solely to like that absolute help from like Phil like Mike and Thunder and being able to like throw that like along with Canada to like to that but like so right so that collective have to like think of like like to be thinking of bringing up like find like so, like the other evidences of listener than looking at the right or if they actually can look maybe understand right now for like right now without created and so like I'm looking for like trying to get that out with free of just like that like it's like a level of thing or like right now without creative it so different like you one looks like was to like so filament out of like the body of like the giant spider like the right then I'm protecting that like the back between like right now and from that point on taking place outside like the body of like the spider like next to from that point on affecting now that I was also managed to do consideration. So that that plan is the first thing that I'm looking for that maybe eventually holding on mention that the battle between that plan and it taking place that night so then it take place outside like the body of the gem spread like the right while that battle between like Vietnam and in which it take place outside like even at that point of the training like to the main correction like the side like some getting out of the every time when that's damage to like like now that so definitely at that point I'm referring to on like maybe like the dance better like monster like feeling like the I made that like kind of good word to like the dance better like monster and at that point like maybe the spider like monster taking the decision for like not for the spider like monster to be able to like battle for him against like element and like Mike and began like they bring them down the guy will freedom like maybe like the dance spider like monster maybe bringing down Vecna in an audience scenario for like Vecna and Mike and all things like the dance but like most of like showing up behind Vecna and straight away bring down that one. Like it's not that I think because like maybe I'm just right now maybe like situated wrong like the dance trying to like more time may see such time like it might contribute to like work and pay to use like the benefit like percent might have been in that time might have been really using right now. And at this point, like it might not have any need at all. If any use for like magnetic or maybe like that could be the case that you know. So like with like the targets of like with that or within like the spread like most of like and the situation that the dance spread like most of my inactivity, you know, having a need for like not known for to be able to like move like these locations. Uh, to move it, the more the service location like close up and merge it to like the real world like the situation while having all the targets within like swipe like most of like swipe like in turn it might not have any more need of young Vietnam might be like that with the is so like about the episode of the morning show definitely bring that might be just in order to like get the targets within like the body of like to find like most of I know that like to find like made out in that my job dependent on like now my job is exactly between so like about the development for it. So like that way like in the and that the against from like monster like bring down that and at that point I'm going to without like a my connection like despite like monster being a physics free to that give it to like have to everything against like anyone and right and then again and that point it's like the you know I need to the and the process scenario that I'm going to go to so like I'm just current maybe of like a scenario where like the giant spider like monster like putting down like now so as a man on where like giant spider like monster like mystically capturing right now and they merging right now on giant spider like and like that way right now losing his like independent existence at that point totally so like right now embrace like absolute so it's like the scenario that I'm looking for and that you're even oh, yes, so like the payment of the investment right now for like the grant for like most of right now to that they come up with like strategy to that to split up into to change the performance like split up into that multiple smaller size that felt like to be around the line of like the strategy like the then felt like with the right now using the like scenario that like the then felt like 100% might be feeling as if like it's like extreme size it's that as like a disadvantage again like the army of like 11 and Mike and Jan to be along the lines and like Jan's better like what the might be getting some you know from the claim from the economy to like what Mike and then in the kind to get believing that they have defeated that to then spread like most of like some sort of things that may not be the case and right now that split up to like happen and also looking for like the entirety of like the targets of Wagner being in one number like the multiple huge army of like even the smaller size fight like monster it's like to not that would be some at that point like something towards like the entirety of like mice and gang and that was like was not that I'm no different. So like at that point I'm totally playing as like mice and then that then would be saying so it we come to plan that will be told the best like how to like tackle that situation like at that point while being controlled by by an entire huge army of like small space but like monsters like charging towards them. At that point, while they were the countries when things for like exactly in the context of the and some few as well of like as well showing up to like the ability and reflect the scenario that I'm working right now can we just do it would be after they would have turned on the time to kind of running away for like the end of like Dr.Kay as well as how adjusting to be happening. So that's what I got. So exactly what my temp and can use like this scenario that I'm looking and I'm focusing on like scenario to be like templates like the so is like forces that bring only a single sound wave like weapon like the scenario that so like then straight away that are gonna straight away bringing down elements like scenario when straight away getting affected and was able to do anything and was like now that and doing and so again to find the bring the uh huge number of photos and like at that point I'm just find that fight and then that guy the like a moment like kind of situation kind of not that I'm doing anything and that somebody would be about to take away the limit from them it's like it's not that I'm doing so like at that point is when I'm trying for black pop not allows that I'm making that aspect, even in that moment, like situating that of making that aspect like right of like the scenario or like of would just attempting doing that destroy like that single sound wave that kind of device that taking that aspect from right in front of like and that goes then definitely in that adapter hopper like one of we succeeding in like from that ShowdownWave kind of device at the cost of that pop-up getting called down by healthcare so like it's not required. But I think such an app will solve for like 11 and I can send up different channels like that and but like soon after like pop-up that we are going to friends like single tone wave like kind of device will be destroyed. Like at that point the one different like an information level like straight away bring down the application in that book like not that and my computer like some and that way what the prevention to bring up like bit of a food house from like and not being like at that point it's still my and 11 and there would be the source of the unexpected someone love on like how that device is like it's not damage in that like I'm going to bring like in that that shop of that love of my comment like like center complete forgetting about like the time and after by the time that I'm going to be more taking more about that will be remembering about like the time around at that point of maybe 24 it's to be too late and I'm going to project them or like making that on towards like the railway and about the things like the law like now as well as like the chance for like so like and bring like service in like the real well as well as like the game and like the maxi like both these like and like the game would be browsing to like swing at like a constant of like a basic like it's not that is all like that way like I'm both like non taking for like my can then again not that they take around like the various of like complication team of things come down and then they are being managing to like farm through and make it towards like through that the string is and like the actual locations is fairly as like the time of would be or this that the angle will be happening in now that I'm looking at the thing and the configuration. Okay. Also, like a clean up the understand right now that like operator might be able to something like even if events to like that they're only event might get a place have the observing everything that's like happening with lack of time I can let that then like attribute the clean up the so definitely in order for like to force element I would like that side to like the railroad before like find out how they can like performance likely by know the creative that making an active scene and thing for the like hopper along that thing with like activity. Come here thing with like activity and basically hopper black simultaneously I'm doing it regardless of the trigger warnings by number of days like things like suppose it's like I'm doing different that hopper like most likely putting on like the basically managing to like just for even hopper like totally thing and on length like even if it's like like that by for into like destroy attempt to like destroy like the sound wave kind of like device that of like of his scene and basically while doing that through while attempting that attempt like basically element will definitely be coming in to that same offer to be along the line platform to be straight away uh, come down to like the risk and like that way like identity that and can be like destroy like the sound wave like just and the offer considering at that but like before like and at that point so like watching it to like say for but like and that before like when you be able to like say for like the loss of happening with like scenario but like still in a that like the loss of having gone through like the reflection of the sound wave like kind of device like now that I'm going like so actually that way like I will train that at that point while 11 would be stepping in to let's say from data career but at that point send that the description of like the description of like the upside down and then it's all of that as well happening and like the intensity being strongly different even in like trees like scenarios kind of it. And then I think maybe that intensity of like the description of like the upside down maybe or something in like like the getting or aspect so those like a lot of development or maybe I'm trying like pop up by himself like or being able to like fully destroy like the multiple strong wave and device so like the even still through how to setup that's what depends for particular maybe I mean the feeding lack from at least one of the strong wave that kind of device but like the other devices like I think destroy through like the intensity of like like the upside of so the time of like the scenarios that I've done that way that relevant just barely, let's say over like just barely makes into the career work while also be happening and that way even getting through over sacrifice like even getting current to like phase 11. And at that point I'm going to find that information 11 bring down like without like what with some way to like student without like then that get of okay and the select is not suddenly really and still on their own right. it's like completely the way I'm right now for like contrary to like elements expectations like I'm talking right now for like that's the intensity of like the destruction of like upside of maybe something in like the intensity of like that destruction like pushing 11 ending up pushing 11 from like the gate of like maxi to like the real world. That's such an unexpected scenario happening for like 11 resulting in like 11 getting thrown right towards like the center of like maxi towards like when they know like one center of them like in that way like 11 even actively ending up getting saved without that only contrary to like it was like which is like the scenario that I'm again simply I'm doing right now for like the intensities of like the impact of the down just so again like most likely the sound wave kind of towards like Sunday getting destroyed getting impacted by the end of it by it and getting or it's like was not that up that way like 11 like the destruction like saving ending up saving 11 and pushing 11 to like the real world. There's like thing now kind of and similar to movement to them to Vietnam plan like the very last second that maybe the might have had like change of position of basically change of mind due to like the working from plan like the might have prepare like the very last second to like like and not instead of like before like the company inspector picked up you know from 11 to instead of like take away taking it to the real world from like 11 to escape into that problem for the when they don't line they learn my turn that will have to be supplement and to escape to the abyss where and somehow survive in the abyss where for like exactly like how you can break take the selection survive in the abyss where in the mountain so you know might be feeling confident like you might be able to like survive in exams but then uh for us to like survive in like the abyss where until like comes the world looking for getting about like and everyone will be moving on and basically for like 11 to like have you know time until eventually and like until everyone forgets about like even like people like Rocket and everyone forgets about like 11 and moves on and after that it's time for like 11 to like simply make contact with like the make the organize down and they might have stability might have more. So that element might have not fully neglected lack of lack to serve for element might be that the focus word might be that that specific is the feeling and hearing. So that way like might be how like element might have done to decided to like move forward but like eventually like might have been like that that they walking the back then might have been like takes the and so like that's so different right now for like things to like singly not feel right join for like Mike and again like playing D&D just like the after talking and demon game so that they feel like that might be like might have fun like full friends but like a sort of them to play not being able to like you know and that's the void of like a doesn't feel that that's still kind of like it's not playable so like I'm so looking like the engineer deciding to like head back home and basically as they would be about to leave from like that will last second abdomen for like the final scene of like the head out there like the stranger chick like series perfectly to be the scenario where like as like my can be about to as like my friend would be about to leave from like my moment that will last second and perfect that my sister radio phone is my big friend in the from like my sister radio phone like to all of their with sort of surprise like them hearing in voice from like the radio phone of like my like the that final scene that you know so like going to my family maybe that 11 might down like the last moment of the construction of like the down like like might down and like that thing that find that they don't like it to like make it work like the abyss element like in the second 11 might down like they use telekinesis power to like levitate yourself to like the towards like the abyss real and like through like the like 11 might down made it to like the abyss real before like the complete destruction of like just in time, just barely in time just before like the complete destruction when it's there now. Okay, so like we might have very right some more like my experience my games like right and when I'm sort of my cheat doing that's like some remote delay. I feel like that when it's very friends and definitely spring like my definitely holding on to the like release and like actually started this like story writing career that would not extend to the end of the year when my some my writing all of the stories and it did all of becoming uh, successful that is not that good. Yet like I might be like quite all so stories kind of like a for identity. Just like what's not relevant. Might not ensuring to like not really this like show and really white writing all the stories, all the kind of stories that might operate then it's not that and that way like might being able to or might even basically might that way really know of this point and basically in like a few years like when might being able to like more and basically get like might still staying at like fucking like due to like elementary memory like change or something like fucking like it might not be able to like move on from 11 and like 42 to like that but we like might still staying at like fucking six even up on something like it's not that about again to set that time like at like 11 each and every single day might be secretly watching might every day of like my because like even as well I'm getting confidence on that remote village might not be able to like move on from my to like it's not that but so certainly I'm in that way actually on like my to be no longer of it yeah like still stay in like from the plan while it doesn't get shows up maximum like around to a power like while trying on my like when still seeing that like you know so we just like my smart as well from the like 11 finally making that I don't know communicate with like my soul that I've wear like that about it man. Definitely at that point like my being so clear finally and basically that way like through the dark world like 11 revealing like 11 where of the remote village of what might be in that remote village pertaining to my representative that so like my heading on to that remote village and finally my and to the like my like is not like like some my writing like my the direct to like the they are right to the like 11 and like my writing like the remaining of the black stories from that the while link around like and like the notifications like so now that I'm going to again and yet, even at that point, after the spring fall, even if it might be that one provides still until the spring fall, like might to still visit his like family and then that's when it's like in the scenario that I'm developing. Yet, like even at that point, I'm developing might probably keeping like the total information on that events like survival, the secret even from all the as well as like Nancy and John and the like scenario that I'm developing. But like I'm developing that might totally stay to like the promise that like my and like friends like closest of course like the magazine and the promise they have made to like stay together like and like my things to staying over like that promise and like revealing about that 11 of about like my actually that 11 only to them and only like not that to the print but like definitely for like Mike and Eleven to be able to like be able to like live together like and so between for substance like that would be more revealing about it to like anybody else like it's not that about it. Like yet like and like everything that they would want to like they would be anxious to like 11 like them or family know to like Mike and they have not come along like they have for like Mike and 11 so and they use them who work like them passing on specific that they pass to 11 and 10 11 to that night and like my uh like passing it to like 11 and everything 11 would be one study on thinking that like and that like when like 7 passing it on to like my like change rather than even towards like the bigger like and go to bring that the might and the like 11 that or some that staying to the promise and basically staying together even if it's not through their actual systems like still not only this narrative to be like still even if it's through word communication and all that still them always that staying together with like things to keep up the narrative that is very